every time I try to you know, turn the other cheek, it just ain't no more cheeks left to keep turning. Hey y'all, what is up? Welcome back to another video. Y'all, today's video is just gonna be a hot mess. I'm gonna just go ahead and let you know right now, just because of the story time that I'm sharing with y'all. I'm gonna be talking about a nightmare first date that I went on a couple of years ago. I think it's been a few years now, and it was just a hot mess from start to finish, top to bottom, 360, all the way around, a hot mess. But y'all, before we get into today's video, I do want to thank Merit for gifting me their full makeup line. For those of you guys who have never heard of Merit, Merit is a beauty brand that creates clean, holistic, and luxury products that can serve as your everyday essentials in your makeup routine. We'll be showing you their products and what my favorites are, and I will also be including the links to all of the Merit products that I use in today's video in the description box down below. So if you are interested in Merit, want to check them out, are interested in having clean makeup products, then definitely check out the links below. Also, a disclaimer, if you're new here, I am not a makeup artist. I don't know what the right brushes are, how you're supposed to do things, the order. I don't know any of that. All right, y'all, so like I mentioned earlier in this video, I will be talking about the Merit products that I love and use. All the other products are just regular drugstore products. If you guys want a more in-depth, detailed what I actually use, then please let me know. I don't mind doing that, but like I said, I'm not a makeup guru, so I feel like nobody really cares. The first Merit product that I use on a daily basis is pretty much almost gone. It is their Perfecting Complexion Stick, and I have mine in the color Cacao, and the packaging for Merit is just top tier. And pretty much this is what I use in place of foundation. So if you guys see me looking down, this is where my mirror is. So this is what I'm just going to be using all over my face. And what I love about this is how creamy it is. I have very dry skin, and I feel like this is very hydrating. Okay, y'all, so I'm trying to figure out where to start with this story, but I'ma just start. This story time is gonna be about a terrible first date that I went on, and this was a few years ago, so this was not anything recent, but that's how terrible it was that it has stuck with me and low-key scarred me. So some years ago, I was on some dating apps, you know, the typical ones like Plenty of Fish. I never really did Tinder. I was mostly on like Plenty of Fish. There was one other one, but I don't remember what it is. But anyway, I met this person on a dating app. So I'll just let you guys know off top, I really wasn't feeling this person to begin with. It was one of those situations where you get hit up on these apps, and you know, you have your favorite, then you have the other ones where the conversation is decent, but they're not really your cup of tea. In this situation, this person was not my cup of tea in any fashion. His appearance was not what I was attracted to. I'm not gonna say he was ugly, but he was already not like attractive to me physically, and just there was really nothing about him that made me want to go on a date with him. Which I know y'all are probably like, girl, then how did you end up on the date? And I'm getting there. So like I said, it was one of those things where we would talk every now and then because the conversation was decent. It wasn't amazing, but it was decent enough to continue talking to him. So from the dating app, he ended up following me on Instagram, and you know, we didn't really get to know each other like that. Like the conversations never really got that deep for us to really like get to know each other. It was more on like a we talk every few weeks, maybe like once or twice a month type of thing. So fast forward from the time that I initially started talking to this person, time had passed. I was going on other dates, I was dating other people. I think I had even had a relationship, and then that ended. Okay, we got to give him a name so I can, okay, let's call him Joe. One day I got a message on Instagram from Joe, and mind you, it had been at least a year since I initially started talking to him, and that entire time from when we had first started initially talking, he had been wanting to take me out. Like I told you guys, I was really not like feeling him like that, so I had never really entertained it. I would just kind of shrug him off or say I was busy or had other stuff to do. But it was one day that he hit me up on my Instagram, and I was single like AF, and he asked to take me out that following weekend. So I was like, you know what, I really don't have nothing to do. I was feeling kind of like bummed. You know when you're single and you feel like you just never gonna find that person? So I was like, fuck it, let me just go on this date. This might be my soulmate. So yeah, he asked me on a date and I was like, okay, sure. I believe he asked me on a date at the beginning of the week. So the week goes by, I think on like Wednesday, he had asked for my address, and so I had given it to him so he could pick me up because we were supposed to be going out together on that Friday. But one of the first red flags, I guess if we want to call them that, is that from Wednesday to Friday, I didn't hear anything from him. There was no conversation. There was no confirmation that we were still hanging out. I'm not gonna lie, y'all, that already irritated me because I already didn't really want to go out with him. So I feel like he should have been more proactive about making sure that everything was confirmed as far as our plans. Our date was not about to be anything extravagant. I think we had agreed to do dinner and a movie, which I know is a terrible first date, but y'all, I didn't really care. So when Friday came, I was like, if I don't hear from him, that's fine. I'm not gonna text him. I'm not gonna hit him up because I really didn't want to go on this date anyway. I just really wanted something to do. And I know that sounds terrible, but I'm being real with y'all. I just wanted something to do. So the next product from Merit that I've been loving and using is their brow pomade. And I got it in the color black brown. And it just looks like a typical brow, I don't know, gel, but this one is actually really pigmented, so you could just use this only. So anyway, you guys, fast forward to Friday. I ain't heard nothing from him. Then I finally get a text message saying, hey, are we good for tonight? Mind you, we had said, I want to say either 7 or 8 he was gonna pick me up, and he texted me at like 3 or 4. I was like, yeah, sure, everything is fine, everything is good. We confirmed our plans. I got ready. I got really cute, y'all. Way too cute for what I was about to get, okay? I got cute, okay? Y'all, it was like 7:45 and he texted me for my address, which, mind you, I had already given him my address earlier that week so he could kind of plan out how he was gonna do his day or whatever it is that he had to do before he came to pick me up to make sure that he got to me on time. I'm normally not somebody who's a huge stickler on time. If you know me, you know I'd be late everywhere, but we were trying to do dinner and a movie, and being that we can't really change the movie times, I was like, I need dinner and we got to get to the movie on time. So it was, I want to say about 7:45, and he texted me and he's like, hey, what's your address? And I was like, I sent it to you already, but here it is again. So I sent it to him, and then I didn't hear anything for, I want to say 30 to 45 minutes, which at that point I was getting irritated, and I was like, you know what, I'm probably just not gonna go. I'm just gonna tell him I'm not, like, don't come, because to me that's just annoying. For one, it's 15 minutes before you're supposed to pick me up and you're asking me what my address is as if I didn't already send it to you. And for two, like, after I sent it, I didn't hear anything back from him. But then he finally texted me back, and it's like a picture of a map showing how far my house is from wherever he's at. So apparently he had to go drop off his kids to his cousin before he came to pick me up, and the map was saying that it was going to take him almost an hour to get to me. Mind you, at this point it's almost 9 o'clock. He's saying it's going to take him almost an hour to get to me. So y'all, I was so irritated by this point. I was about to tell him not to come. I honestly don't even remember what I said when he sent me that. I think I was just like, okay, or all right. After he sent the picture of the map, I was just kind of sitting waiting. The only thing that kept me from canceling is that I have gotten so cute and taken my precious time to do my makeup, and I just wanted somebody to see me, okay? Finally, he showed up at my house. I don't even remember what time it was. I just know it was really late. It was way later than what we were supposed to be leaving at. And obviously by that point, dinner was out of the question if we still wanted to make it to the movie. He texts me that he's outside. I go outside. He pulls up and he gets out of the car. And you guys, it was just so much. First of all, going back to what I said, I was just overall not attracted to him. First of all, like, I don't even know where to start. His whole attire was not matching my vibe. I was pretty casual, but I was cute because I knew that we were going to be going to a movie theater, so there was no point of me wearing like a ball gown or something like that to go sit in the dark. But I still wanted to be cute, so I had on a cute little tie-up crop top shirt, some, you know, nice fitting jeans, and I probably some sandals or something like that, and a purse. This man shows up in some basketball shorts, a white tee, like just a typical white tee, nothing on it, some slides, and a velvet do-rag. I'm not even kidding, that's what he showed up in for a date, for a first date. Immediately when I saw him, I was like, bro, I don't know if I can do this. On top of his outfit, I was just not physically attracted to him. And I don't care what people say, like, you have to have some type of physical attraction to your partner. I don't know no relationship where you can be not physically attracted to them at all and it work. I could be wrong. Those could exist. I don't know. You know, for some people that might exist. For me, that don't work and it don't exist. So me seeing him in person really confirmed that it was not giving what it was supposed to give. After assessing him and his outfit, I was already really having to coach myself through how I was gonna get through the date, through the night, because I really wanted to walk back in the house. I ain't even gonna hold y'all. I really wanted to go back in the house. I get in his car. His car is fine. It's just a regular, I think he was driving like a Jeep or something like that. An older one, but there was nothing wrong with it. He gets in. The only thing that he did right is that he smelled really good. That was it, okay? His outfit, a no. The overall, everything else was just not there for me. So we're pulling off from my house and we're talking, and he's like, oh, you stay out here by where my lawyer stay. I'm like, your lawyer? He's like, yeah. And I was like, oh, okay. And I didn't say anything at first because I was just trying to not get too deep. I was like, you know what, I'm already in this man's car. I'm just gonna let it slide, okay? And then we started talking about other stuff, and he was like, yeah, I didn't know you stayed out here by where my lawyer stay. I would have known better where you lived at. And I was like, so what did you need a lawyer for? At this point, I'm curious now because you done brought it up twice. So what did you need a lawyer for? And he was like, oh, I had got caught up in some stuff. And I was like, and at that point, I wasn't going to let it go because he had brought it up twice. So I was like, okay, what kind of stuff did you get caught up in? And he was like, oh, I had got caught up in some identity theft. I was like, I ain't never known people to get caught up in identity theft. He further explained as if I didn't know what identity theft was. He was like, yeah, I had got caught up in using other people's identities and like credit cards and stuff. And I was like, what in the world? At that point, I was like, what in the world have I got myself into? Because I was already not feeling him. He was late. And now I'm finding out that he's a criminal, a felon. So at this point, we are zooming through my neighborhood. I'm scared, I ain't gonna lie. I was just like listening, and yeah. Oh, I'm also using the Merit blending brush. I don't know what the real name of it is called, but I literally use it for everything. So I just sprayed a little rose water so I can blend in the area around my eyebrows. So at this point, we're driving on the way to the movie theater. We're talking. I'm trying to just have conversation so it's not completely terrible and awkward, being that I do have to still actively participate on this date, at least until we get to the movies and I ain't gotta talk to him. So we're talking, whatever. He asked me about my kids. I told him I had 2 kids. And then we get to talking about his kids, and he was like, oh, all of my kids are boys. And I was like, oh. I was under the impression that he had maybe 1 or 2 kids. Like I said, we never talked in depth, but he had mentioned kids before. So my assumption, which don't assume clearly, my assumption was that he probably had maybe 1 or 2 kids. I asked him, I was like, how many kids do you have? I was like, oh, okay, how many kids do you have? And he's talking about, I have 6 boys. 6 boys. 6. Y'all, I felt like the night couldn't get any worse. I was like, oh wow, you have a whole team. He was like, yeah, I actually coach their football team. They are all in football, but yeah, there's 6 of them. So y'all, at this point, I'm like, I'm doomed. There's no way. There's no, like, every time I try to you know, turn the other cheek, it just ain't no more cheeks left to keep turning. Yeah, we continue on our way to the movie theater. We get to the movie theater, and at this point, I'm still in shock that this man has 6 children and I am on a date with him. But like I said, I was already on the date, and I was like, the least, and my mind was, the least I can get out of this is a free movie and some snacks. So we get to the movie. I go to open my door. Y'all, ain't no door handle. Ain't no door handle on the passenger side of this man's car. Now take from that what you will, but it's just like, there's levels to this shit, and it just keeps, you know, taking it up a notch. And I was just like, okay. So had there been a moment that I wanted to get out and like tuck and roll out of the car, I wouldn't have been able to do that because there was no doorknob. So I guess he saw me reach for the doorknob as he was walking around to let me out. He's like, oh yeah, ain't no handle. I was like, yeah, I see. So y'all, at this point, my mind was just all over the place. I wanted to make sure I was staying safe. I wasn't going to put myself in an unsafe situation to try to spare his feelings or save the date or nothing like that. And truth be told, I didn't feel unsafe because I wasn't that far away from my, like, where I live, and also there was a lot of people. We were at the movie theater. I felt fine. I I truly felt that the date would go great as soon as we sat down and the movie started, because I wouldn't have to talk to him. The whole time I'm trying my best not to look at him, because he just was not it for me. He was not attractive at all to me in any way, shape, or form. As we walking in, I'm trying not to look at him. He was trying to hold my hand. I didn't want people to know that we was together or they're together. It was just a lot going on. So we get to the movies. So we get up to where you buy the tickets and stuff. He buys our tickets. Was it with his own debit card? I don't know. Okay, I was trying to be oblivious. I wasn't trying to be no accessory to none of his crimes. If he was using somebody else's credit card, I don't know. We got to the concession stand. He was like, get whatever you want to get. I was like, this your money or not? But again, I didn't ask no questions. I got my snacks. We walk into the movies. We sit down. We're there a little bit early, so we talk. We started eating our snacks. He polished off his snacks before the movie started, which I was like, hey, this is this man's prerogative. If he want to eat all his snacks before the movie started, I really don't care. I just was trying to keep my sanity until the movie started, and then I was just gonna sit, watch the movie, then go home. Okay, that was where my mind was at. As the movie starting, this is where the date it just becomes too much for me. On top of all the other stuff I've told you guys, this is the point where it just became too much. So the movie's starting, and like any other scary movie, there are quiet moments all throughout the movie. For this one in particular, I think we were watching Annabelle. There was a pretty significant quiet moment at the beginning of the movie. Y'all, tell me why. Tell me why. As the movie is starting, the quiet moment is happening. I'm watching the movie thinking we're finally gonna settle down, watch the movie, can't get worse from this point. All I hear is what sounds like is a lawnmower or a chainsaw next to me. I look over, you guys, and this man is knocked out. I'm not talking about a cute little dozing off. He is sleep. And not only is he asleep, he is snoring loudly. Yeah, at this point, nobody had noticed he was snoring except for me. So I was like, you know what? It's probably best that he go to sleep so he don't try to hold my hand, put his arm around me, cuddle me. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just let him sleep. He was snoring and it was annoying, but it wasn't crazy loud to the point that I felt like anyone else could hear it. So I was like, okay, whatever. I'm just gonna let him sleep. So the movie is continuing. We're about 1/4 of the way into the movie, and his snoring is just getting louder and louder. If I could copy what it sounded like, I would, but it was just getting loud. I'm talking, at first it was like a, and then it got to a, I'm talking loud, to the point where the people in front of us were turning around every couple of seconds to see him snoring. And y'all, I didn't really know this man to nudge him and try to get him to stop snoring. So I was trying to figure out what I was gonna do, because I thought when we got to the movies things would get better, but they did not. They actually got worse. And this man was knocked out, snoring next to me, and I'm just sitting here embarrassed because everyone keeps turning around to see who the hell is snoring so loud. At this point, I'm just at my wit's end. First of all, he picked me up late, showed up in, I don't even know what, loungewear, slides and a do-rag. He ain't got no doorknob. He a criminal. He's stealing people's identities. He's not attractive to me. And now he's sleeping in his movie, snoring, embarrassing me. So I sat there for a while trying to figure out what I was gonna do. Initially, I was gonna get up and move down a couple of seats, but I didn't want him to wake up and be like, why you move down there, and then move close to me and be back in the same situation. Because at this point, I didn't really care about the movie. I was like, you know what, F it, I can come see this movie by myself. I can see it with somebody else. I just wanted to go home. So I sat there for a while trying to figure out what I was gonna do. Mind you, he was still snoring. Everybody was still turning around. Well, I shouldn't say everybody, but the people that were close to us, in front of us, kept turning around and looking at me as if, you know, they probably thought he was my boyfriend and like why I was letting him sleep so loud. So finally, after sitting there for what felt like forever, I decided to get up and just go to the bathroom so I could figure out what I was about to do, how I was about to get home, because that's all I was interested in doing, was getting back home. Y'all, as I stand up, why he gonna wake up? I stood up and he grabbed my wrist and he was like, where are you going? And y'all, I told him I was going to the bathroom. I was like, oh, I'm just gonna go to the bathroom, I'll be right back. I go to the bathroom, you guys, and I started to immediately figure out how I was gonna get home, because I didn't drive there, he drove there. I didn't want to ask him to take me home. I didn't want no more dealings with him. At that point, I just wanted to wash my hands of him and be done. I called my sister, but you guys, at this point, we had gone to the latest showing. I think the latest showing was like a 10-something movie. So by this point, it was pretty late, and she was also the one who was watching the girls for me so I could be on this date. So I called her. Of course, she didn't answer because they were knocked out. And so finally, I was like, let me see if I can get an Uber or a Lyft back home. I called for an Uber, y'all, and the Uber came and I left. Okay, I left that man in the movie theater. He was still sleeping as far as I know, expecting me to come back, and I left him there. On my way home, he actually ended up calling me and texting me, and y'all, I did not answer. I did not answer. I was like, there's no way in hell that I even want to tell you what you did wrong, what happened, where I went, because it was just too much. We would have needed all night. We would have literally needed all night for me to explain to this man where we went wrong, okay? And so that was pretty much the last that I heard of him. On Instagram, I went ahead and blocked him on the way home because I didn't want any further conversation. I didn't want to talk about anything else. I didn't want to rehash nothing. I just wanted to forget it ever happened, okay? Because already I was going out on a date with him for the wrong reasons, and then all the other stuff that happened, it was a sign that it was not supposed to be happening. Okay, sorry y'all, I had to go off camera to put these lashes on because I have to be like leaning over the sink up close to place my lashes. I'm weird. I was dead ass scarred from that, and from that experience I learned to just do my due diligence to make sure that I know as much as I can find out about a person before I go on a date with them. Because honestly, as funny as the story is, it could have ended a lot more differently. He could have been a different type of criminal. It could have just been a whole lot worse, and I am grateful that I was able to make it out of that sketchy situation fine. So y'all, that is gonna wrap up this crazy story time chit chat. Get ready with me. Be sure to let me know down in the comments what y'all's crazy date experiences have been, first date experiences. Also, let me know if y'all enjoyed this video so I can do more of them, because trust and believe, I have plenty more stories to share. I also want to mention one last product that I forgot to tell you guys about, which is the Merit mascara. Like I said, I will include all of the Merit links in the description box down below if you guys want to shop a clean, holistic, luxury beauty brand that is not going to break your pockets. I think they're available in Sephora though. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure they're available in Sephora, at least on the website, so you can check them out there. But their mascara is just, it's giving, like all the rest of their products. It's giving. It's very moisturizing, very plumping. I love it. You're not gonna get no spider lashes with this mascara. It's giving very, very moisturized, healthy, and natural. Yeah, like I said, that's it for today's chit chat. Get ready with me. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, girls.